Hi, this is Michael Dunn at theoryofknowledge.net. I thought I would explain today something which is of particular importance right now. I'm coming to you from locked down Lima. We're all working online at the moment. No school is open here in our region, around the world. So we're all getting to grips with online studying, and it's difficult. It's difficult to keep your students going. It's difficult to design the kind of lessons that work for them to do at home, and we're all trying to find the best way of doing it. So I thought that this is something that we've wanted to do for quite a while: create a range of resources that students can work on their own, kind of autonomous or self-guided TOK lessons. Because it doesn't have to be a pandemic that makes you teach online. It's for schools that like to flip their classes. You may have very little timetabled spaces for TOK. You may want students to work on their own at times. And so we thought that we've wanted for a while to provide you with the means to carry out TOK in that kind of way. So we did it first of all for our 8 big questions. That was our framework for teaching the previous 2015 syllabus in TOK, and we're now busy. We've just finished adding all of our new lessons for the 2022 syllabus, our 6 big questions, and we're now converting all of those lessons, 72 lessons, into self-guided versions for students to do on their own. So I can show you what that looks like, because that's always the best way of demonstrating something. Here's our main page for the 6 big questions, our framework for TOK. If you don't know already, these are our units for TOK. So each unit, we've got 6 units. Each one asks a big question about knowledge, how we produce knowledge, how knowledge changes over time, how knowledge is used, and this gives us our framework for delivering the course. If we pick one randomly, actually it's not random, I planned all this beforehand, but yes, here we go. Big question 2, values. This question asks, how does our knowledge about the world inform the way we construct our values? Values, obviously a big aspect of the new TOK course. Even though ethics is no longer an area of knowledge, in a way it's become more important because it runs throughout every single aspect of the course. So we give it its own unit, and we look very closely at how the areas of knowledge relate to ethics and values. So this is what you get if you're a member for every single unit. There are 12 lessons for each unit. The name of the title of the lesson here and the learning objective over here. So those are all of the teacher-led lessons. Click on one of those and it will take you to a Google Drive lesson, a Google Slides lesson, I should say, as a motorbike just drives very quickly past our window. I don't know why they're not in quarantine, but there we are. Okay, so those are the teacher-led lessons, and you will see a presentation for it, plus any necessary Google Docs to support the delivery of the lesson. And then above here we have 5 orientation folders for the unit, and this is the one we're interested in. The self-guided lessons here. So if you click there, it'll take you to those 12 lessons, but within a self-guided version. To make this a little bit quicker, this is what lesson 2.4 looks like, helping the chickens. So I always like to see anonymous animals, people looking at the lesson right now. So I don't know where they are, but so we've got a couple of people looking at this lesson right now. Okay, so this lesson is similar to the teacher-led lesson, but the tasks and the instructions are adapted for students to do on their own. And there's a little indication here of how they should be used. Otherwise, very, very similar to the other version. So we go through and think about ethics. This particular lesson, this is a classic lesson. It looks at Paul Bloom's assertion that empathy is not a valid basis for the production of our moral knowledge. It's a really a very good video that he offers, and it really gets students engaged because they have quite strong feelings about whether he's right or wrong, compared to Barack Obama's empathy deficit, which forms a nice counterpoint to that. So you still get the starter question, you still get the exit question. The exit question is designed to be just a simple Google question that you put on your Google Classroom or whatever other teaching framework you use. And that's what you look at. Okay, so the student themselves will be creating a document to cover to do all of these questions and tasks, and then they submit a question at the end for you to check their understanding, to make sure that they're doing the lesson, make sure that they grasp the right ideas. Finally, there's a slide there just indicating how it links to the course. That's not the only thing you get. This is a really important bit as well. You get students get a self-guided lesson support doc. So each slide is explained. Any tricky concepts or ideas are kind of mentioned there. Obviously, students can use the internet to research some of the ideas, to find out a little bit more about the thinkers and the concepts that they're looking at. But this gives them a little bit more directed, specific help. So there's a lot of support there for them. Obviously, you're available as well. I make myself available online. And I like to run kind of plenary sessions after every couple of lessons like this, a Zoom session or a Google Hangout session, just to wrap up all the ideas that they've been looking at in the 2 or 3 previous lessons. So that's a really, I hope, a really really good way of allowing your students to learn on their own in an autonomous way, but still deal with quite tricky TOK concepts, and feel like they can master these ideas on their own. If you have any questions about the self-guided lessons or anything else about what we do, any other aspects of membership, what membership gives you, then feel free to drop me a line. I'm very easy to contact. My email address is michael@theoryofknowledge.net, and I'll be very, very happy to answer any questions that you have. Many thanks.